my brother here that senators are not running how the House behaves or so some of them are very senior members here. Nobody is stamping. It's only me who did it, Honorable Speaker. I'm very happy indeed. Very, very happy. Because that is the foundation of Parliament.
You've made your point clear.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you for passing that information to your colleagues. The Senator for Nairobi City County, you may proceed.
Thank you, Senator. Speaker, I want to alert the Senator from Meru that there is another tradition that when delegations come to visit us, we must buy them lunch. And now that you have insisted on the traditions of this House, the students from the USIU must know that lunch today will be from the Senator for Meru. Honorable Speaker, yes. And if he tries to feed you any brown beans, tell him in Nairobi only recognize KFC. So, Honorable Speaker, I want to take this opportunity on behalf of the House to welcome the student leaders from USIU. Indeed, I have many friends from USIU, this institution. My liaison officer, Karen, is one of those people who has maintained close relationships with this university. Honorable Speaker, it has produced some very good young people. My own brother went to USIU. It is one of those institutions that has excelled, exemplified itself in putting out young people who are able to take this country forward in terms of their contribution. We are discussing a very important issue about student accommodation in public universities. At least for you, Honorable Speaker, there has been a lot of investment from private funds to put up accommodation, student accommodation, especially at these private universities. You know about Kwetu hostels, you know about Nyumbani and the others. So we want the same standards to be maintained for your colleagues or counterparts in the public universities, and we are hoping that they will get an equal opportunity at education that all of us got to enable us to be able to be here. So I am available for you after this session. If the Speaker allows it, I will come back there with the Senator for Meru to undertake that tradition that we have talked about here. I thank you, Honorable Speaker. I wish them a fruitful visit.
Senator Mazayo.
Asante Mstahiki Speaker. Asante Mstahiki Speaker. Mstahiki Speaker, kwanza nataka kumpatia kongole mwandishi mkuu wa chama cha ODM, ndugu yangu Sifuna, na vile vile Senator wa Nairobi.
What is the point of order, Senator for Homa Bay?
Mr. Speaker, the 10 years I've been in this House, I've never seen money change hands so openly, so brazenly on the floor of this House. Mr. Speaker, this House is degenerating into that market where Jesus came in and whipped everybody and threw them out. Mr. Speaker, could you declare the Deputy Speaker to be completely out of order for flashing money, crossing, coming across the aisle, handing over money to Senator Sifuna? We do not know for what reason he's handing over the money. Maybe he's bribing Sifuna to go and burn the House again tonight on TV. Mr. Speaker, could you just declare that habit completely out of order? We cannot be doing money exchange in this House. We cannot be doing those things that Senator Dulo was calling Sokohuru in this House. It is completely demeaning and unbecoming, Mr. Speaker, for us to be flashing and doing commercial transactions in this very hallowed chamber.
Senator for Homa Bay. Unfortunately, the Speaker did not see it. And for me to rule on that matter, it requires evidence. And you know, if you need to require evidence, you know the route we'll take. We'll have to put the Deputy Speaker under oath so that he can also defend himself, a route that is not that desirable. So let's leave the matter where it is. Proceed, Senator Mazayo.
Asante Mstahiki Speaker. Mstahiki Speaker, kwanza nataka kumpatia kongole ndugu yangu Sifuna kwa sababu ya kuleta hii taarifa ambayo inahusikana na mambo ya ulinzi ndani ya Kenyatta National Hospital. Bwana Speaker, kama kuna hospitali kubwa ndani ya Kenya ambao kila Mkenya anaitegemea, hata akiwa mgonjwa katika kama ni kule tunaita Makadara ambao ni Coast General Hospital, ama akiwa mgonjwa huko akiwa Kisumu, ama akiwa Northeastern, sote tunategemea hii Kenyatta National Hospital kama hospitali ambao iko na madaktari wa kudumu, wale madaktari ambao wanajua kila kitu ambao wanaweza kutibu huyo mgonjwa. Leo hii ni jambo la kusikitisha kwamba mtu anaweza kukatwa kama kuku, kichwa kinakatwa, kinatolewa, na alafu huyo mtu aliyefanya namna hiyo hawezi kushikwa akapelekwa kotini, ama akashikwa ama akaonekana na kila mtu. Mpaka hivi juzi wameshika mtu ambaye hatujui kama ni yeye ama si yeye. Huyo mtu ameshakataa hiyo maneno, akasema si yeye. Sasa tunauliza kitu kimoja. Tunataka Bwana Speaker, tunataka serikali jambo kama hili na hii komiti ambayo itapewa hii taarifa ili iweze kuchukua hatua na kuangalia ni nini. Bwana Speaker, ni jambo la kusikitisha hivi sasa tukisema ya kwamba hakuna utetezi wa aina yoyote kwa wagonjwa ndani ya Kenyatta National Hospital. Nataka hatua ichukuliwe haraka iwezekanavyo ili wale wagonjwa yoyote atakaye kwenda pale awe ana uhakika wa maisha yake na ugonjwa wake atatibiwa kisawasawa na atapona na atarudi nyumbani. Asante Bwana Speaker.
Senator Kisang.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to comment on the statement by Senator Jute on sharing of data between telecommunication operators and the security system. Honorable Speaker, we passed a law 2019, the Data Protection Act, and it's very clear that if the telcos have to share any data, they have to get access either by consent by the concerned persons or through a court order, Honorable Speaker. So this is a very important statement so that we know what has been happening. So that, because, you know, we are exposed. We don't want to be exposed, and there is a law that is already protecting us, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the second statement I wanted to comment on is the one by Senator Onyonga, Honorable Speaker, that between Mudaika and Kiambu, they want to do a dual carriage, and it is the tender is restricted only to Chinese. Honorable Speaker, about 2020 or so, we passed a law both in this House and National Assembly that all contracts or tenders that are below 1 billion should be reserved for the locals. But even if it is above 1 billion, it is open. You don't restrict to foreigners, Honorable Speaker. This is something that we need to find out how else can our contractors grow if we continue giving all big contracts to foreigners, Honorable Speaker. We need to grow our own homegrown. Safaricom is a very huge company that's owned locally by Kenyans. They need to invest. An entity, pension funds like Lab Fund, Lab Trust, even NSSF, they should be doing these tenders instead of giving to foreigners, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Senator Kajwang.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to contribute to this request for statement that was placed by Senator Onyonka. The debate in this House might give the impression that we are xenophobic and we are against Chinese investment and Chinese contractors. That should not be the impression. I think the key concern is ring-fencing critical infrastructure projects that can be done by locals. Mr. Speaker, we must promote local contractors, we must promote local industry, because the problem with contractors coming from certain jurisdictions is that they are the ones who start with a feasibility study. They do a feasibility study and come and tell us that this can be done. They go ahead and do the design. They go ahead and do the financing. They go ahead and get their companies to do the implementation. And all the materials also come from those nationalities. That is not the way of building an economy. We need to build roads. We need to build railways. But the raw material must come from this country. The labor element should come from this country. Mr. Speaker, it is sad if for a road project, you find that the insurance for products is being underwritten in foreign countries. The financing and interest and the value that comes out of it comes from foreign countries. Mr. Speaker, I agree with Kenya's political position on geopolitics, that we face neither east nor west. We face forward, but we need to be careful about being boxed and about ring-fencing jobs and contracts that can be done by locals. And I hope that the committee will expand their inquiry beyond China and look at arrangements with the Americans, arrangements with the British, particularly when it comes to military procurement and military supplies. Mr. Speaker, we must believe in this country and we must support our local entrepreneurs and industry. Thank you.
Senator Abbas.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, I want to support, contribute to the statement by Honourable Sifuna. Honourable Speaker, I think increasing the cost or the living of or rents for the students is actually going to be very dangerous. And it's going, you know, universities, all people converge from different corners of this country, and most of the students cannot even afford housing. And many of them now will end up into, you know, living into formal settlements, and they adapt a lot of funny characters. So most of them, because they are not even exposed so much to life in Nairobi. And therefore, many will be now prejudiced even their life. You see, many ladies are now, young ladies are being killed in the hostels, funny hostels and hotels and lodges. So I think increasing this, the rents, I mean the hostels money is not proper. And I think it's advisable that currently we have so many low-cost houses being built. The university now should be given some of these houses so that they can be able to provide a subsidized accommodation to the university students. Also, I want to support the settlement of Honorable Chute. Honorable Speaker, these days we have what we call data communication authority. And therefore, we need to protect the data of all communication that has been done by the people. I think we need this also, it's constitutional right to have privacy for all the data that we have. These days, you see, many people have been kidnapped and in the funny places, and they've been taken all corners of the world, of the country. And therefore, as a result of that, we need our data to be protected. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Endokech, Senator Catherine Muma.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute to the statements, and I'd like to contribute to the two statements by Senator Sifuna. Honourable Speaker, the national government is in charge of very few, less than 10 facilities. It is so disturbing that Kenyatta National Hospital will be in the state in which it is, and that it will be that unsafe that people would be murdered in that institution. Mr. Speaker,